Hello everyone. So for step 10 of our headstand journey, I would like to introduce the 7 deadly headstands of Ashtanga. I don't do them except for Instagram challenges, and there are some that I have done not so greatly. And some I can't even lift. I think I have to really try hard. I only want to introduce them because we've introduced yesterday how to enter from a splitting position, and they are accessible for some people. So there are some certainly that are easier than others, and they go in progression, and as usual in Ashtanga, you're not supposed to move on to the next pose until you've definitely had the first pose. So, or the pose before. So we start with supported headstand, so you know that's fine. And then we have 3 others bound, what we call bound hands headstand. So the easiest one of the 3 is the next one in order, which is, so I've positioned myself near a wall because some of them I really don't like it. Okay. And without the wall. So for the next one, we cross our arms. We take the head to the floor, and from here, so I'm going to enter from a splitting position. You're pressing up, and you're pressing into your forearms, and you can lift into your headstand. So the scary thing about this, when you do it, is that so you no longer have your hands supporting your head. Your arms are in front, so if you had to escape, you want to make sure, and also they're bound, yeah? So if you had to escape, you want to make sure that somehow you move them so that you don't fall backwards. So by this time in the Ashtanga, we've acquired a lot of core strength, and we're supposed to be able to do pincha and press into pincha. And there's basically, once you get to this position, yeah, okay, so you're going to have the core strength and you're going to be happy. You're probably not going to fall anyway. But if you want to do them for Instagram challenges, I would highly recommend that you prepare by really trying to move your legs maybe from a split position, because once you get into a tucked position and everything, I mean, you can try, obviously you can try anything, but have a wall near you, just in case. The next one is going to be very much like a pincha, except that we've got the head on the floor. So you set up with your arms parallel, and that's one that I don't love, okay? So it's supposed to say bound here, but I don't see any binding, so I'm not really sure. And your head will go here, around where the wrists are. And again, you're pressing into your hands, pressing, going into your headstand, pressing the hands against the floor, pressing your forearms. So that's not too bad. It's not too bad, this one, because you've still got all your forearms to balance on. So that's the next in order. And then comes one that I very rarely do. I don't do that one either that much. The next one I really rarely do because I can't really do it. And so you're supposed to position your arms, your elbows this way, and you have your hands at your neck or at your shoulders. And so you want a tripod position. I'm not even sure I'm going to get there, okay? So you want a tripod position, but instead of having your hands on the floor, you're going to have your hands the hands are on your shoulders. So all you've got to balance on is your elbows, which are not really pressing that hard on the floor, and your head, okay? So we're getting stronger and stronger. Now the next one in order is your tripod headstand. So tripod headstand, we've seen that before, we've seen in step, I can't remember which step it was, but We've seen that, and that's quite good because you can really press into your hands, and that's not a problem. After the tripod headstand, there's one I quite like, which has the arms are set up backwards, but you've got a lot of, even though you're not pressing your hands flat on the floor, you've got a lot of area to balance on. So just checking that I'm in the right position. Yeah. So you've got your hands this way, and maybe I'm a little close to the wall here. So let me just, you have your hands maybe a little wider, but you're creating a big surface. So your hands are up, facing up, but you're creating quite a big surface on which to balance. So it's not too bad, that one. I quite like that one. All right. So this is quite a nice and easy one, actually, for me anyway. And then the last one, that's really, really hard, and I can't really do it. You're supposed to be with your hands level with your head, and the hands are sideways, like this. So what you can work on is, instead of having one straight line, you can work on having your hands slightly, so I'm going to demo facing away from the camera. You can have your hands, instead of having your hands, so you have your hands here, right? So obviously you can prepare, that's the way I actually prepare it. And actually I very seldom extend my arms because then I don't get any pressure onto my hands. But you can prepare it by lifting up like this and trying to spread out your arms, but your arms are not going to be straight. And here it's actually quite steady because you're still pressing with your hands on the floor, but you're supposed to be, so if I'm going to the wall, you're supposed to be in this position and in this position. I'm keeping it real here, it's not easy. In this position, there's almost no pressure of your hands on the floor, and so it's almost like you're just on your head. Obviously from there, if you wanted to go one step up, it's not in the Ashtanga practice, but you can lift your hands completely, and so you will be completely on your head. No hands, so you're completely on your neck and your head. I've never done anything like that. I've never done a one hand. I know that you can use it, you can do it because you can, for example, there is a pose sometimes that people do, and you'll see on Instagram, where you set up in a half headstand, so either tripod or supported, and then you'll bend one leg and you catch one leg with one arm, with one hand. So that's quite something that people do. I don't love taking away the weight on my hands. I have to say, anytime, see that one I didn't like because there's so much more weight on your head, so much more weight on your neck, and I can feel it, even not holding them. I can feel it right now in my neck. So for me, I wanted to introduce them because, yeah, they exist, but it is not something that I really work on. The tripod, yes. The one where I feel I can press, yes. The one where I can where you cross your arms, yes, because there's still quite a bit, of pressing here. I've discovered that this one wasn't too bad just today. All right, like I said, I don't practice them, so I've practiced it like years ago for a challenge, and then I kind of thought, don't really like it. So yeah, so see what you like. See if one of them you like better, and practice it. But you can practice it theoretically with your tucked legs, blah blah blah. But at this point, if you can do one leg up, one leg, it's a lot easier, and you can estimate if you really want to be in those positions with your neck. And then from there, like you saw, I'm not holding them massively long. And then you just take your pictures for Instagram, you post them, happy faces, and then, yeah, you move on, right? So I hope this was useful, yeah, and have fun with it. If you're quite happy to be on your head and neck, enjoy them. Not for me, all right? So I'll see you next time, and next time we're learning to straddle into headstand, supported and tripod. Tripod is easier. You'll understand why. There's more, you can press more with your hands, so it's a lot easier. I think it's in the position of the shoulders as well. And straddle is really quite good, quite fun to do. And then really there you're getting a lot of control. And then the last step will be piking. All right, see you next time.